Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. We're here to talk about two things tonight. One is the end of college football. The college football championship game happened last night, and two, we'll get into the other story that I want to talk about. But ooh, I ripped my wig while I don't know what I was doing. I think I was like pulling this forward and I ripped it. So if you see that, just ignore it or stare at it. I don't care. Um, Hats off to Georgia. That was a very David and Goliath ending to, an exceptional season. Georgia, you did great. I really don't think TCU had much of any chance of a hope of really just coming in here and being an equal. I think that a lot of anticipation build up, energy was put forth towards the Michigan game. Michigan should not have lost that game at all. They just shouldn't have lost it. It's so frustrating. But Max Duggan and the TCU Frogs had a great game against Michigan. And Michigan, in my opinion, was just, too cocky for their own good. And they got slapped in the face with it too. But Georgia, after Georgia almost lost and should have lost to Ohio State last week, they said absolutely not. It's not only is it not going to be a close game, but we're going to demolish any chance of hope that TCU has of coming anywhere close to making this a close game. 65-7. Jesus Lord. I just, 101 ways to get embarrassed on national television. There you go. TCU just could not do anything. Max Duggan had like one of the worst games he's had in this entire year. The amount of picks he threw, the lack of coverage, it just was not even, it almost wasn't even worth watching after the first half. It just really wasn't. They just couldn't do anything against Georgia. Just Stetson Bennett, literally, like, one of his running touchdowns, he like walked into the end zone, and I'm just literally like skipped maybe into the end zone. He certainly wasn't running for his life into the end zone. And it's just like, where is the defense? Like, where are you guys? Come on. That was like, the Frogs, no one expected you guys to be here anyway. So I guess all in all, that is an exceptional way to end the season in itself. No one even expected you guys to be here. Everybody expects the SEC or the Big Ten to run these playoffs. That's just the way it is. I'm not at all trying to diminish the job that TCU did against Michigan, but I would say, given 10 times, 9 out of 10 times, I think Michigan would beat the Frogs. I just think they got them on a bad night, and I think that's what it was. This display just shows me that TCU couldn't even begin to compete against the SEC teams. It just couldn't. And the fact that Ohio State almost beat Bama last week, should have beat Bama last week, makes me believe that TCU, probably would not have been able to compete against Ohio State. You guys made a really big leap to make it to the college football playoffs, but to be able to run the gamut and expect to beat this Georgia team, this Georgia defense, these almost, I don't want to say like made for the NFL football players, but the SEC is known to really just develop their men. going straight to the NFL. That's just what the SEC is known for. So congratulations to Stetson Bennett. You are part of an elite class of quarterbacks that have won back-to-back national titles. A.J. McCarron last won it with Alabama in 2011 and 2012. So I really don't see you doing much in the NFL. I would venture to guess that's why you've stayed in Georgia, but not bad. Not bad for a walk-on who came in and just lit the place up. You did a really good job today because against Ohio State, that was one of the worst performances, I think, of the season for you. And if you were going to play how you played last week against TCU, they would have had a chance. I think you know, Stetson Bennett, that your game was not where it should have been. And had whoever the F kickers was for Ohio State, had he gotten the ball through the goalpost, I shudder to think about what would have been said about Georgia then. But you guys made it through, and you guys completely demolished your opposition. So congratulations, hats off to you guys. What a fantastic run for college football. I love college football. I love football. I love sports. It's just a great way to bring people together and to eat good food and celebrate and have fun, and it's something for us to do during the holidays. And I love the whole football playoff thing. It's fantastic. Took way too long for it to get implemented into college football, but hats off to you guys, Georgia. With a win like this, there is no one more deserving. Really, you did a great job. Okay, so this next story that I want to talk about, it's been circulating for about a month now. I am late to it, and I appreciate that. You can find multiple synopsises. Is that a word? You can find a plethora of synopsis of the story throughout the circulating YouTube. But I've heard something about it today, and it just kind of made me pause because I have some feelings towards it. I just kind of want to talk about it. So, a woman by the name of Shanquella Robinson went to Mexico about a month and a half ago for a friend's birthday. And while she was there, long story short, she was killed. This channel isn't anywhere big enough for me to get sued or anything like that. I don't have anything. So, allegedly, she was killed by her friends. The friends claimed it was alcohol poisoning, but the autopsy report showed that there was no alcohol in her system. Basically, what the autopsy report showed is that she was internally decapitated, and then the lack of oxygen to the brain, along with the blows to the head that she repeatedly took in a fight with one of the other occupants on the trip. And I wouldn't even say a fight, because she is on video not even fighting back. She's just getting blown to the head multiple times in a row over the course of like a decent amount of time. But anyway, the official autopsy is like an internal decapitation with lack of blood flow to the brain. But I was on the internet today, and it was her birthday yesterday, and I just recently became a new mom to my second baby, who is currently in the NICU right now, and it's another girl. We are blessed with two beautiful girls, and obviously Shanquella Robinson was a girl, and it was, like I said, it was her birthday yesterday, and it's just like she would have been 26 years old yesterday. And it just made me pause, because before I got pregnant with my first daughter, I always knew I wanted to have kids and I always knew I wanted to be a mother. But like as you get older and you really start to see the world for what it is, it makes you wonder, like, what type of world are you leaving for your children? Is it fair for you to give birth to these tiny humans who have no say whatsoever? And it's just all this evil that surrounds them. Is it even worth it to like bring kids on into this world? And I think about Shanquella and I think about her parents, because her no parents should have to bury their kids. um, I've talked about this one other time on this channel. My brother was murdered I would say 8 years ago now. He was murdered 8 years ago now. And without getting into the logistics of what happened with his murder, all I can say with certainty in the similarities of this Shanquella Robinson case is that he was also with friends, or supposed friends. And he was the only one who did not walk away with his life the night he was murdered. Every single other person that he was with walked away with their life. Was he set up? I don't know. Was there foul play involved? Obviously. Did it come from his friends? I don't know. But I think about Shanquella and I think about the fact that like her parents have to bury her and had to bury her, and how my mom had to bury my brother. And again, just like the evil that's in this world. And it's like, am I doing the right thing by having children and bringing these children into this world? Because you would think, especially with what was put out there in the news, that these were her friends, and that a couple of these friends that she had known, I would say longer than 4 or 5 years. You would think that someone as brilliant as she was running her own business, as cognizant as you have to be able to do the things that she was doing. You would think that like that it would just come as second nature, that you're not even going to surround yourself with people who would do that to you. And it's just like when people make a lot of money, like the point I'm trying to make is like when people are making a lot of money, there's a lot of work that goes into it. It's not just like you're sitting on your ass. Shanquella was not just sitting on her ass. She was making a lot of money, which leads me to believe that she didn't really have a lot of time. Because when you're busting your ass doing the type of work that's bringing in a lot of money, you don't have time to, go out and be hanging around and be doing all this stuff. So it would lead me to believe that the people you do hang around, when the time offers, it's the people that you really like. They understand how precious time is because you're working. And so for you to be able to give up that time, you're choosing these people wisely. And she really did. She really thought these were people that loved her and cared about her and supported her. You see what I'm saying? Like, most people making a lot of money don't have a lot of time. So what they choose to do with that time that they do have, usually it's people that are the friends of the family. That's that's it. And that's what makes this even more like sad and disturbing and sinister, is because these people saw this hardworking woman and saw how generous and sweet she was, saw that she was a brilliant mind, running a business, running multiple businesses, talented. And the time that she took off, which, like I said, I'm sure she didn't have a lot of anyway because she was working, but the time that she did have, she chose to use it with people she cherished and thought cherished her. And what they did to her, it's just, like I said, when I having given birth to my second daughter, I just, you don't want to discourage somebody who has a spirit that Shanquella Robinson obviously seemed to radiate, which was just love for everybody. You don't want to tell your children to like diminish that spirit. You don't want what you're saying. You don't want what you say to your kids to warn them or to try to protect them. You don't want to diminish that spirit, but at the same time, like, you want to protect your kids. And it sounds like Shanquella's parents did a wonderful job in raising her. Look at all that she had accomplished by the time she was 25. Like, that speaks to the parenting. And it just makes me take pause, because I just think about my girls, and I want to raise them to be open-minded, and I want to raise them to be filled with a sense of gratitude, and to walk with a sense of gratitude and a sense of understanding that, not everybody has it like you, and it's okay to be open, and it's okay to want to help people. It's okay to want to give of yourself if you see that somebody doesn't have it. But at the same time, just also know, in Shanquella's case, these people prey on that. There are people out there who look for that. There are people out there who position themselves to be in your life because of the good qualities you possess. And it's just gross that wanting to instill in your children all of these good qualities, and that you have to, on the flip side, let them know, be nice and understanding, but be aware. And it's sad that you have to do that with friends that you have had friendships with for long periods of time. It's so sad. That those are the people that are closest to you that you have to be the most aware of. It's so frustrating, because I'm sure these people, I'm sure these friends of Shanquella, I'm sure that they had been to her mom's house. I'm sure that they had met her mom. I'm sure that they had met her dad. I'm sure that they had hung around Shanquella and Shanquella's family, and it's just like, you break bread with these people and you invite them into your life, and I'm sure Shanquella on that trip never in a million years would have ever thought that it would be done by these people. It's just like getting stabbed in the back hurts, but when you turn around, what hurts the most is who's doing the stabbing, because a lot of the times it's somebody somebody you trust, somebody you love. And obviously Shanquella got more than just stabbed in the back. Like, she was killed by people who claim to love her and to be friends with her. And I just, as a mother, I hope to not have to bury my kids, but if I do, cancer, something that you can't predict or control. A car accident, and as an actual accident, you can't really predict or control the grief that Shanquella's mother must be feeling, knowing that she had opened up her heart to, I'm sure, some of these friends of Shanquella's, and that they took her child from her. It's very upsetting how sinister people are. It obviously speaks to jealousy. I think jealousy is a revolving theme in this story. And it's so sad, because it seems like Shanquella, like I said, was the type of person who was just willing to be generous and open, and willing to give of herself, give from herself to her friends. It sounds like they were in Mexico. for a birthday party of one of her friends, and that Shanquella had, I would say, carried the bulk of the financial load of that trip in terms of renting the house or the Airbnb that was down there. It's just, and she did, and I'm sure she did so with such a spirit of just, I'll do it because I have it and I want to celebrate and I want to help give some of my friends a really great time. I have it. I'm in the financial space to be able to give of myself and have my friends enjoy it. And it sounds like that's what she did out of the spirit that she has. And just the people there just, envy. It's one of the deadly sins for a reason. It truly is. Um, But anyways, I heard it was her birthday yesterday, and like I said, having just given birth a month and a half ago, to a baby girl specifically, it just really hit home for me. Um, Having been in the position of watching my mother have to bury one of her children, my brother, knowing that he too was surrounded by supposed friends the night he died, it was just all has just really makes you think. It really does make you think. And to Shanquella's mother, I'm probably never going to see this, but if I can just send you prayers and love and just, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that her life was cut short at 25. You know, it's not up to us to ask when or why to the good Lord above. It's not. It is not our job. It's beyond our capacity of understanding. Um, but to lose a child in such a painful way by people who claim to love her, you have to question sometimes. You shouldn't, but I can't imagine her not. I can't imagine me not questioning. And if you ever see this video, I watched my mother go through what you're going through, and I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, and that will never be enough. You will never see your child on this plane, on this planet, and hopefully she's looking down on you and watching over her dad, her siblings, and hopefully you see what a light and a spirit she had to touch all of us on all different parts of the country, on all different parts of the world. We are Shanquella strong. We are Shanquella strong. Thankfully, because of social media, her name will not die in vain. She will not have died in vain. The Cabo Six, whoever the hell you guys are, your judgment day is on its way. And it may not happen tomorrow, and it may not happen next year, but it is coming. And I just wanted to say to Shanquella's mother, we love you out there, and keep fighting, because justice is coming, and it is only because of the strength you've had as a mother to be able to walk this horrific road that was presented on you the day you got the phone call. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Kind of a somber tone, but yeah, just wanted to bring that to light and put my 2 cents on it. So thanks guys for watching. I'll see you next time.